Hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. I love the way this necklace turned out. I did have one snafu and I left it in the video. I thought you would enjoy it. To show you nobody's perfect. So stay tuned for the tutorial. Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a tutorial for this necklace. This is video 1 out of 5, or tutorial 1 out of 5 tutorials using the Sam'sBead box Mojave Desert for August of 2026. I had a few little snafus in the video. I laughed. So you could follow me along. I did end up making a little bit of a knot and with the thread that I used, but then I ended up using this little green Sharpie just to cover up that little bit of thread that was in there. So just a little, little trick that I showed you. And this is really easy to make. It looks a little harder than it is, but it's really easy to make. And it looks beautiful when it's on a bust. I already put it on a bust and looked at it. And I will be putting up pictures of this. If you're not familiar with Sam'sBead box, I have all the information below. And I have a coupon code VIP5 for $5 off your first box with them. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Okay, so here I'm starting out. I'm using, let me get my pieces here so I can show you everything. So for the thread, I'm using the Beading Wildfire. This is my favorite. Some of the other ones are a little too silky where I feel like I don't have control of them. So this is the one I use if you want to screenshot it. And then I'm using this for my wire. I have about 24 to 25 inches of this. And then this, I have like probably a good wingspan at least double, just because, you're making the loops and everything in here. So then I've got the beautiful tabular beads that we got. And then I'm using one of the table cut silk coins and coins. I'm using some of the gorgeous leaf beads. I'm using the yellow flower beads. And I'm using the green round beads. I'm using the orange pinch beads. And then I'm using 2 different seed beads. I'm using the 6-0 opaque green. And then I'm using the 11-0 opaque orange. Now, I'm not using the seed beads they sent us because I'm using them in another video. And this is my first. I'm doing 5 tutorials for the Mojave Desert for Sam'sBead box for August of 2026. I really loved a response I got from the bargain bead box for August 2026 when I did the 5 tutorials. So I'm doing that with this. I'm a couple days late showing all this. We had a party. My son's fiance, the one that had cancer 2 years ago, Arkaya, she graduated from nursing school. She's an LPN now, going to go back in a couple years for her RN. But so I threw her a party and I was exhausted. I didn't feel like filming. So I'm back and ready to work again. Okay, so this is what I have. And I already closed this side up. Let me move these a little bit. So, like I've been doing, and seems to be working out. I'm just doing half the necklace off, and then half the necklace on. So I have, I will show you as I'm going along here. And then what I'm doing too is then before I close this out, because I've been just kind of tightening this and everything, I'm going to make sure that all of this is loose and that it's, laying perfectly before I go and close up the other side. So let me get to the middle of this and I will show you. Okay, so here I already have my number 10 beading needle on. And let me just put this on while I kind of show you. So right here I have the 11-0 orange one, and then the 6-0, and then I have the 6-0 and the 11-0. So I'm going to go through these. I should have done it before I put it on the wire, but let me see here. Let me go through, because I don't want to compromise the bead, so I like to put it through the thread first and then put it through the, don't want to pinch my finger. Okay. So I will show you how I did the rest of this. Okay. So here we are. I want to make sure this is in view. Okay. So now, let me see here. Okay, so here I have this. So now I'm going to start with one of the tabular beads. So I have this. I'm going to put it through here first, just because I like to, like I said, I don't want to be putting it through the beading wire and then putting the needle through. I just, you know, don't want to compromise like that. Okay, so putting this few through first. And it does loosen up a little bit as I'm working with it, but it looks good once it's done. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do this whole set right here. So we're going to do a green, and then a pinch bead, and then the green round bead, and then an 11-0 orange, and then the green round bead, like that, and then a pinch bead, and then a green bead. Okay, so here I have this. So I'm going to move this up here. I'm going to put that on like that. Okay, so now we're going to work on this right here. I keep turning this. It's like, okay. So now we're going to work on this little bit right here. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3 orange beads. And we're going to do a green, a pinch, a green, 2 tiny orange beads, and then 2 green beads. So that's what it looks like. Okay, you have that down there. Now we're going to take one of the flowers, put it through there, put it down. Oh, and I'll show you what I did right here too. And then I'm going to take one of the leaf beads, put it through like this. I'm going to do the orange, bring that down. So then right here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip. Let me bring this up more in camera. Okay, so I'm going to skip that orange bead, and then I'm going to go up through the green, up through the flower, and then up through this first. See how it comes up through there? Come up through there, bring all this up, and then tighten that. Then we're going to repeat that. We're going to do another green one. We're going to do 2 orange, then a green, then a pinch, then a green, and then 3 orange. 1, 2, and 3. So we have it like that. Now we're going to take one of the tabular beads. I'm going to put it through there. And then take this off. We're going to put it through the do that bead then. Bring that through, bring this through, and that's our first one right there. So we have that. So now let's go and do the second one, and we're going to do the same pattern. Green, pinch, green, a tiny orange, and then the green, and then the pinch, pinch, and then the green. Okay, let me bring this over here a little bit. Okay, so here we have that. So now I'm adding that. So now I'm going to do this again. There we go. Yeah, you have to, when you do this, you have to make sure before you close this up that all of this is lined up. That's the one thing. You don't want to make a mistake with that. Like, I feel like, yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna drop that down again, and we're gonna do this again, and we're gonna do 3, 1, 2, 3 orange, a green, a pinch bead, and then a green, and then 2 tiny oranges and 2 greens, like that. Then we're going to bring the flower, put it through the flower. Then we're going to get the green leaf bead and the tiny orange one. So here we are like this, and then again we're going to skip, I want to make sure I'm in view here. I'm going to skip the orange. We're going to go up through the green and up through the flower. And then if you could do it in the same shot, up through the 6-0. And then there we have that. So now we're going to do the green again. And then we're going to do 2 orange, and then a green, pinch bead, green, like that, and then 3 of the orange. 1, 2, 3. So there's that. Now we're going to do a tabular bead. I'm going to get one with a little more purple and brown on it because, okay, we can take this off. I go through here. This is a fun little oh, okay. This is a fun little project to work on. Okay. So here we have this. And we're doing this 2 more times over here. So we're going to do green, pinch, pinch, and that's the green round, a tiny seed bead. Oh, it is burnt. It's dark outside. And pinch. And then the green seed bead again. I've been, every time I go to take pictures, I take my pictures outside because I take them usually like 8 in the morning, and every time I go to take them outside, it starts raining out. Okay, so now we're going to do this one more time. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a green, a pinch, green, 2 oranges, and then 2 greens. 1, 2. And then, oh, and let me, you know what, before I go any farther, let me show you. So this is on, I think this is 2.5 inches. Let me see one. No, this is a 3-inch head pin. And I did the tiny orange, I did a green, I did a pinch bead, a green, and then I did 2 tiny oranges again, an upside down flower, a tiny orange, the table cut bead, tiny orange, the flower, 2 tiny oranges in there, and then the green, pinch bead, and green. And then I just put a circle up at the top. So now you know how I did that. I keep forgetting to show you this. I've been kind of filming today, and so I'm kind of forgetting what I showed. Okay, so then we did the leaf and the orange. And then we're going to come up through that. And then through here. Let me bring this over a little bit. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to do a green. Then 2 tiny oranges, and then a green, pinch bead, green bead, like that, and then 3 tiny oranges, 1, 2, 3, and then table cut bead, rectangular table cut, and then we're gonna take this off. We're going to put this through here. Pull that through. Okay, and then pull that through. This is so cute. Okay, now we're going to do this. This will be the last section. So do the green. Pinch, green, orange, green, pinch, and then green. Okay, so here we have this. So let's go and put this on. And we'll do the last half. So now we're gonna do, yeah, I want this to be like where it's down below like that, so it'll lay good. 1, 2, 3 tinies, 3 tinies, a green, a pinch, a green, 2 tinies, I'm calling them tinies, 2 tinies, and then 2 greens, 1, 2, drop that down, let me do the flower, and then the green, and then the tiny, drop that down, skip over the orange, go up to the green, the flower, and then the first green there. Pull that. Then we do another green. Let me do 2 tinies. I have my fan blowing here. I don't know if anybody can hear that. Hope it's not distracting anybody. It's about 120 degrees in Florida right now. Okay, that. The green. 1, 2, 3. Then the rectangular bead. And then take this off. And go through there. And do that. Okay. Okay, so now let me move some of this stuff out of the way. I'm done with that, done with that, done with. Okay. So I'm going to keep this on. I'm done with these. Move those. Anything I'm not using, oh. Okay, so let me kind of bring this up. So now we are going to do this ending. We do a table bead. And then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the green with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of the tiny orange, another tabular, and then a pinch. So I'm going to put that all on, and then I'm going to go ahead and adjust all this before I finish and tie off that string and everything. Okay, so let's kind of do this here. So right now we're going to do. So we're going to do 1 green, we're going to do 1 and an orange, 2 and an orange, 3 and an orange, 4 and an orange, 5 an orange, 6, an orange, 7. Okay, so here's that. That lays nice. Now we're going to do one more tabular bead. And then we're going to do a pinch bead. Okay. So, oh, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I might have to keep this for myself. I usually sell my jewelry, but okay, so I just put the stopper on the end here. So now I'm gonna go, let me start over here. And I'm just gonna make sure that everything is laying nice. Two, 3, 3, do 4, and that. We're going to do 5. We're going to do 6. We're going to do 7. Tighten that up a little bit. And we're going to do 8. So let me bring this down here. Bring that through. Bring that up. And see how like you can kind of tighten that up a little more. Pull on that. Get that. And then pull that. And then you have, so that is perfect right now. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, let me bring it over here. I'm just going to loosen this up just a teeny bit. I'm going to bring this through. I don't want to move any of that right there. Bring this through. And I'm going to go through once. I'm going to go through again. I'm going to tie a knot. Make sure that that's again, let me there we go. Okay, now I'm going to bring it through this green. Bring that all the way down like that. And I'm going to do another one. Bring that through once. Bring it through again. Hold on 1 second. This is getting loose on me here. So now I'm going to pull without breaking it. Oh, for some reason that's not coming through here. Okay. I'm going to go through here and through here. And I'm going to bring this up a little bit. As long as the knot's in there, I'm not going to go ahead and ruin the whole thing. I'm just going to bring that over there. Okay, I need to undo this knot here. I'm going to turn off the camera while I do this because this might take a while. Be right back. Okay, so I finally undid the knot. Oh my gosh, what a process. I should have brought the knot down to the bead. So I finished this little bit off, and then I just wanted to show you a little trick. I took a green Sharpie, and there was a tiny bit of thread that was showing right there that was white, so it stuck out. So I just marked a little bit with my green Sharpie so you won't be able to notice it. So now I just need to put the end piece on here. So here I have this, and where's my stuff? Okay. I hope I'm going to be able to get through there. I just realized something. We'll see how this works. So I already did the other one. So this one, I'm putting it through like that, putting the crimp bead on. And now I'm going to go back down through that like I always do. Got it pretty tight in there. I just thought, I hope I can get this through my bead. I might not. Hold on 1 second. Let me. I always do this, and it's always so easy, but see if I can get it through this bead. I shoved that white in there. So this might not work for this. So what I'm going to do for this then, yeah, so I'm going to bring that all the way down and then bend that in there. So you see how that's flat right in there. forgot to flatten it. Kind of an airhead today. Jeez, that's why this isn't working. Sorry if you're new to my channel. I'm not usually as much of an airhead. Okay, so I put the clamshell cover down. Put the crimp bead in. Then I take I was a little frazzled by that. Then I take my nose pliers and I smash my crimp bead in there. And I pull in it, it's not moving. That's why it wasn't going down to there. Okay. Now we're gonna go through. But this has been a tutorial. Everything that could go wrong, usually they're pretty good. Anything that can go wrong today can go wrong. Trying to just get it through that pot. There we go. Make it through the bottom. One second. It was going through that bead. I took my lighter because I like to always burn my thread. And I took my lighter and burned it by the top of that bead. That's why this is happening. Okay. Come on. Okay, I need to move it away from that bead. Why this is not going through? Okay, maybe it's gonna go through now. Here we go. Whew. Okay. There we go. Now we move that into place so it's laying flat in there. And then we flatten that up. Like that. Okay. And I don't think it's going to go through this bead. I thought it was going to. Oh, it did go through. Okay. Woo-woo. Okay, we got it through. Usually I like to here it comes through. Turning it like this. I know it looks like I'm totally mutilating this end piece. I don't know if it's going to come through or not. Okay, well, I'm going to cut it off right here. I'm not taking, I don't want to ruin it. So I still have that little bit of a little ledge right there. Okay. So. Okay, so now we're going to put the last jump ring on. So open that up. I promise you the other 4 tutorials will go smoother. Oh boy. Okay. So there is that. Let me move these so I can close this up and show you the final piece. This was definitely a labor of love. As we say in Italian, ooh, Madonna. Okay, so hopefully you learn from my mistakes. So this is, let me get that. Look how cute this is. This turned out so cute. I love this. I'm trying to get this all in here. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will be putting this on a bust. It looks like it's starting to clear up, so I can get my picture and get this listed up for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this using the Mojave Desert for Sam's Bead box of August 2026. And stay tuned for the other 4 tutorials. I know you're going to love them. Like I said, I have a coupon code VIP5 for $5 off your first box with them. And I will leave links to everything below in my channel. And I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know down in the comments what you think of it. It is an easy necklace. I just made it hard today. I will see you in my next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.